I feel they may be trolling me after I just dropped the beat on them
they
last time. They just changed it some jolly little tune. do, 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 do.
You mock them enough, they'll...
I know, yeah, they're on to me. They're on to me. I want to carry on where we were talking about. Desperado should have won that.
Yes, they should have.
They should have won that game. I just spoke to them outside there because luckily they're sat almost right outside our door where we cast it. I was like, mate, you should have won that one. You should have won it. And I talked about TomiL and we were right. He was basically staying quiet, was ready and waiting, but it was basically the one nade from SKUIJKE. Just said one random nade just lands on my head. So that's that. Because at the point, at that stage, you can't get a revive at phase 9 when it's squeezing in. So it was just like that was it. So kind of caught them on the hop, but you got to be expecting, I would say. Those boys on your screen though, N47, cracking game for them once again. It's nice to see T-Bone joining the 1000 club. And as we move on to Sanhok, of course, which has been predominantly a good map for them. They're now within 100 points of FaZe Clan. Still got a bit of work to do.
Just a touch. But no, Sanhok coming up. It is time for these players to start fragging out. It's time to up the game a little bit here. And eyes turn towards ENCE again. Curious that they've been able to do some back-to-back wins. You could argue the circle
look definitely in their favour, yeah.
Of course.
It's only what? Is it about 30 points now off the Knights? They are themselves.
So,
GamerLegion themselves are still within. I think it's about 8 points between them, something like that.
Hearing the Knights say, well, I said hearing the Knights, hearing Reels, he didn't seem too worried about ENCE yet. Same with a lot of teams are saying, well, they can't get circle luck every time, which I think is a fair assumption to make.
I mean, it was a 4-kill win, so you can't call it anything else but that.
Exactly, and it was fine. Like, again, we're not going to take anything away from ENCE. They played out having the circle, and that's fine. But it didn't look like they were able to make the moves to make it happen previous to now, so we have to take it for what it is. And the teams aren't too worried yet. I mean, if it becomes a third, then you start paying attention. You're like, oh, okay, hold on. But it is what it is.
They've also had a really terrible Erangel. I don't remember a good ENCE performance on Erangel.
No, and that's one that I think is going to be a bit of the kind of killing blow to the potential hype coming for ENCE.
Speaking of teams slipping away, though, our #1 team used to be down to 3rd place now with Liquid passing them. TSM. Not the greatest. Big smile on Marcus's face. It's good to see. Yeah, Desperado's just a little miffed. I still feel that the Calvin solo play out the side was
too far?
Was sloppy. Yeah, it was too far.
I think
at that stage,
I don't mind the concept. I think the concept is very good. I think in reality, maybe he just didn't have the full information that there could be more than one snake. That they just didn't seem to account for the fact that Iroh could be there, which of course is hard. You can't play completely under the, you can't play scared the whole time. But I think that they were just a little bit unaware of that being a potential, and there was no trade or kind of refrag ability, which, again, you do sometimes have to say, all right, guys, I'm doing this for the benefit. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, that's it. And you have to get your timing right. You have to really make sure that the value of it... Damn, look at that beast.
Big Chris.
He's just like, full eye contact. Oof. Alrighty, Sanhok time. It's proving point for a lot of these teams. If you want to get a high kill game, if you want to try and shake things up, you can do it on Sanhok. It isn't set in stone yet. Anyone can play for the victory here. And some of these teams are desperately needing it.
You can pick a lot of points up on this map. There's no doubt about it. You can get a lot of third-party action. And we'll see how it works out as we go to the jungle. 83rd match of the day, and it is going to be up into the north side. The playing path. It's going to cause, actually, that is a pretty long drop for most, but it's still, as I say, Sanhok. So, you can kind of drop anywhere.
Yeah, it's
a nice view.
It's very pretty, isn't it? I still like Sanhok. I'm looking towards Plain Path. It does mean the south teams have a little bit of a longer drop.
Desperados.
This is...
What are you doing, Desperados? They're dropping into Camp Alpha area. They're in miikaz's like, what? Guys, are you seeing this? Anyone else seeing this?
I don't know what loot they're going to get. They have a couple of smaller compounds.
Yeah, I think miikaz's thinking the same. He's like, are they nuts? Nothing to be had.
I guess it's just boots on the ground get going early, which has its own merits.
I get it, and I see why. So if you look at the counterplay, so what's happened in the past, obviously the Knights have kind of dropped on force to threaten them. So Desperado's saying, okay, if we've got a long south drop, the Knights are basically all going to drop on us at the same point. Whereas before they've kind of gone and snuck into Tambang, and then where Drayden is, that Drayden's compound there, Desperados tend to try and sneak in and get that and force them down to Sammy. So I get why they've done it based on the drop spot. Everybody else seems to be getting in pretty safe, though, pretty clean. G2 have gone further north, and it's paid off for them. And Bravo was the point. That's where they should have gone. They're going to be kicking themselves again.
Does feel a little bit same old, though, doesn't it, the circle? Getting pretty used to this one. And again, ENCE do actually have good circle presence here. It's unlikely to end directly on them, we know that, but it does give them a very good step into this. We see it quite often, but again, there's a lot of contenders around the area. Very, very high-skilled teams also go for this because it is such a high-value area.
Is TRYFFELI the lucky man, I wonder? Because obviously, if you think of game one, that was the TRYFFELI compound. And now the TRYFFELI compound in this game is looking like a prime point. FaZe down in the quarry, along with Ivor getting the loot off. Obviously, standard stuff for N47, just loot around. And then they're going to have to work. They may even just stay in their compound or try to go further north to the sort of barn area.
Yeah, barn.
Probably actually where DA are. DA will probably consolidate towards maybe the crossroads. I don't know whether they're going to get greedy and go for the 2-2. They might try. I don't know.
I do want to keep my eyes on M47 because they're such an interesting team to watch on this map. They play it so aggressively and actually pretty well. As they don't lose out on players too often unnecessarily. It always seems quite a calculated risk they play for. And I want to see how they kind of transition north because there's a lot of teams that will be potentially in their way there. You do have ENCE, DA, and anyone who kind of flies in. But still, Na'Vi slightly further out on the southwest of Quarry.
I feel like M47 are one of those teams that came into Phase 3. Obviously, A is a hungry team because, they've been playing as Zooktatnam for a good year plus.
Yeah.
And then through the contenders, and we always knew they were a good team. They didn't quite reach it.
We were waiting to see them, yeah.
And then obviously coming into Phase 3, Sanhok was announced, met by utter rejection, I would say, from the teams, a lot of them. But I think they were one of the teams that just said, you know what, embrace it.
Crack on,
crack on, practice it. And it seems to suit them well as a team. And I don't know what it is, but it absolutely has been a great map for them. I'd have to look at the points-wise. I don't think they're the top team based on obviously the placements as well, but kills-wise, they're definitely up there. But here's Razor Edge trying to make the move coming out of Paradise Resort.
Yeah, Paradise can be a little awkward to get away from. There's a couple of hills around it that mean that you do get a good vision on it. You can see the way the topography kind of leads up. You get that hillside that rolls up. The G2 do mean, they can at least keep tabs on some of Razor Edge as they will head further east out of Paradise. Always good gear, though. That's the one thing coming out there. You always feel, well, what is the drive?
What maneuver was that one, chat?
I think it's called shit maneuver. I think that's...
Can't drive maneuver, maybe, that one.
Yeah, I think they'll call it that for now. But yeah, I think a lot of these teams are now very aware of each other and how they like to kind of approach scenarios. We do see now Razor Edge bringing over the backup, calling in the cavalry. We've got everyone coming around now to try and support the players.
Does that cost them a place? TSM and North of boot camp, you see, is why I'm looking at whether that's just cost them a place. Michael got across clean, right past NIP there. He has no idea how lucky he just got. That was 4 members of NIP. They could have just ripped him out of that car, but somehow it didn't work out, and Michael just cruises on. FaZe going up onto the hillside. Team Liquid down in the compound below them. Are they in the compound? They're not in the compound yet. They're in the ditches. They go, oh no,
FaZe.
Oh
no. Not the time,
no.
Not the time. Oh God, what is going on?
Straight past Jeeves, straight past Ibby, straight past Gemty. I mean, they're going to know the Team Liquid were around here. They've got away with it. They're going more central, but now they've kind of come into the position of scrambling. Fuzzy's ramping it off the side there, but they found themselves a home somehow. That was a 4-vehicle move from FaZe. You don't often see that on
No, you
Sanhok.
don't. They've really gone on the steal there.
They're right outside Paradise as well.
Yeah, everyone's kind of turning up. It's surprising that no one got knocked in that situation.
That's a hell of a crate, isn't it?
It's a long old one, isn't it?
It's a lot of loot. Lynxie's like, it looks like bait. I'm not having it. I don't want it. You want it?
Delicious bait. And speaking of that,
so yeah.
This should be an execution. The bridge camp. Are we on Erangel already? NIP.
This is what
slaughtering them.
I was just talking about the fact that TSM Michael went straight over this bridge, kind of unhindered, and didn't know how lucky he was because all of NIP were there. Yeah. Gaxi just got took down by Calvin, so they got lost one in that trade on the bridge, but that is all. Desperados are gone. And probably sweet revenge for NIP, obviously formerly used to fight it out at the ruins.
N47. First fight begins. Big name to be coming up against, though. No slouches, Na'Vi. May not be their home map, for sure, but as individuals, you can't really look beyond how good they can be at this. But look at N47 instantly on the aggression. Page splitting around, Vascu Ival on Overwatch. But then the problem is DA over their shoulder, making it very hard for Na'Vi to get the support going. Oh, look at this angle that Page just got. Needed to land that cleanly. And it's such a brilliant angle because you can fall away and find safety. Look at the way the hills kind of roll up on that. He can just crouch down, get anything he needs. And now Na'Vi are in a bit of a bother here.
M16 didn't really get what he wanted, it seems, out of the loot. Senya's finished. And Na'Vi, they are just completely surrounded. That's a good nade, though. T-Bone's forced to back away from that one. Aitzy down, as well as I saw Fuzz going down as well, so that might be FaZe in trouble now.
Liquid are about to fall on towards DA. They're just slightly further up the hill. The first kill just came in. Jeems just found a beautiful death, and there's going to be more to follow. These two teams are on foot, and they're very close by, so this could be a continuing fight. We'll have this one, but then keep in mind, just that hill towards the northeast has those two teams right next to each other, and there's an eastern hit on the circle, gone just, again, towards the east of Camp Bravo, Barn, where you have those big hangars, the 3 big hangars.
So Jeems getting the second one down. DA kind of caught napping there. Mitraleius going to reply as we keep watching this battle. Oh my word, what is going on here?
If he wants to jump it, you know he does. He's dying to get over this one. Mitraleius is in danger. He's surrounded on so many fronts. He needs Mert to help him out.
He's trying to stop him from flushing Gemty. That's what he's doing. Ibby's doing what he can to stop the flush. Now Mert's been taken down. Mitraleius is going to just try and run for the flush. Gets around the corner there. Gets Ibby down. Runs straight around in the end. He's just running back and forward. Sixmo comes in. That was a nade tossed out. Where did that go? Went a little too far. Luckily. But this is still close. Mitraleius, the molly. Did it catch him? Don't think so.
But it forces him away from that angle. He can't peek left anymore. He can't try and support that. You can see SIMSY now running on the low ground, maybe trying a little bit more cover. Sixmo goes down. It's just Mitraleius trying to hold this. He knows. He read the play. He read the play coming out from SIMSY. That's really nice. But I don't think he can... Oh, maybe he can do more.
Gemty comes in. 10 hit points on the last man standing, and Team Liquid breathe a sigh of relief. Now back to N47. Nade, that's gone straight in. Catches a doozy in the back. A molly goes in. Ival, you're not going to be able to push through that because there's a molly there. BestLosh is camped out by T-Bone, holding that angle. Meanwhile, FaZe Clan have lost another, so they're down to 2 if I'm not mistaken. G2 slowly picking them apart as Ival's push does not work, but Page's backstab is there on BestLosh.
Yeah, Page, again, N47 have really good positioning on this. They've lost out on Ival, so it's going to be hard to convert on towards these two until they stabilize a bit. But taking down BestLosh removes all their vision. It removes the information from Na'Vi.
So Daphne gets Gustav. That's TSM getting pressured. Look at Page flanking around. Shots on the door. He's in the open here. That's a bit ballsy.
You know what? If he feels he's got the cover and support, or they've got the control, I don't mind it because you can dip back down and the rocks lead around. He's a little further ahead, though. This is dangerous.
They've got to get on with it. Team Liquid are coming down the hillside now. So Ival's back on his feet, but Team Liquid are starting to come down and look what's going on down here. Jeems, you can see. Now, Ival's back up. Vascu's there as well. They might just catch a glimpse of what's going on from behind. Did Page just see him? I don't think so. I don't think he was shooting at them. He was still keeping on Na'Vi here. And Team Liquid have backed away. Okay, they said screw that.
Yeah, Liquid, I don't think it's a clean pickup because there's so much cover in these compounds. Yeah. Even if they get a knock, it probably won't be their flush anyway, if I'm honest. And it's you know, you're over-peaking almost. You're going to be very open. And you'd imagine by this point, Barn and those hangars to the east of it would be populated, but it's not. It's
been enough to give N47 a worry. They're backing out of this fight. They're just going to disengage. NIP still down at miles away. It's like 2 holiday makers going through Greece, and it's just on the back of the scooter.
Right in the scooter.
Yeah, here we go.
There's the other scooter rental.
Oh,
didn't go as well. Went to the cheaper one.
You could argue it went the same way most of the rentals do, but...
The amount of pictures you see. Been to Thailand, scuffed up my legs.
Some road rash.
That's the one.
NIP. So they're way up north then. So they took a really weird route. TSM also coming around the northeastern side of Camp Bravo. So some big swings for some of these teams. GamerLegion, you could just saw on foot there outside of Quarry. Reciprocity also down south. Circle goes on to the fight that we've been watching throughout it. N47, Na'Vi, Team Liquid. This sort of territory is what they've all been fighting for.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I bet N47 are really frustrated they can't take Na'Vi out of this compound. It's just annoying, and that's going to be a bit of a nuisance for them to then transition away or try and focus on other teams who will be coming towards this. Jeems, for example, is chomping at the bit to maybe get down there. He's looking for vision on it for sure. Beyond that, though, you've got to look towards ENCE, the Knights, Reciprocity. The southern side gets busy. That northeast, though, Lee. Look at this. CrowCrowd, raise your edge.
Oh
7
TSM as well.
It's all over this side.
What is happening here? TSM had hoping to just blast on through, and they kind of got away with it as well.
Probably your best bet to get away from it here.
Just keep on putting your foot down and go as central as you can. That seems to be what they're aiming at. Raise your edge. Everybody that now shoots at them as they pass on by, giving their position away. NELLOZ just opening up with a hip fire straight away, taking down Vard. MBS now the last man, I believe, for NIP. Maybe one more north it is. It's Miraku there as well, because they lost Gaxi on the previous attempt. TSM got him just ditched in.
Why not? And you can see the breach continuing. NIP trying to get close. MBS going on the revive. Nice nades to kind of temper NELLOZ's aggression. And Yannis does find Vard in the end. It's time to just go at this point. If it was that underneath, that's really nice from Yannis. NELLOZ. Oh no!
Oh, they're pushing, they're pushing. It's going to work out as well. NELLOZ, he's got nothing left here. He's going to go for the peak. But yeah, Miraku, great job from him. Nice clean from Miraku to come in and flush out G2. A team that they are somewhat chasing down. The chase has kind of died off somewhat in the last yesterday. CrowCrowd and Raise Your Edge to the northern side of this that we just watched. It's actually further east of where we are now. Playing out, looks like Raise Your Edge are getting peppered by that one as CrowCrowd continues to pick up points. 60 down, lynxy, and last man standing.
Yeah, and even with all this fight happening between G2 and NIP, the problem is that they have 7 surrounding them here. They have a really good bit of vision, especially if they walk south, so it might mean that we see a bit of a switch up here from NIP. Down
south, Reciprocity and GamerLegion almost sharing a compound as well with ENCE on the hillside, so there's another 3 teams that could get close. lynxy found out by Team Liquid. They're looking to pick up some big points here. And I've got to be honest, with the way it's going, there's a strong possibility we could see Team Liquid taking the #1 spot at the end of this game.
That wouldn't be a huge assumption to be made. We'll find out, though. It's yet to be fully discovered if that's the case. GamerLegion looking for a big performance here. Not having it yet, already having Bjorn being knocked.
Yeah, can they continue their tear? Can they do what nobody else has done this season? I don't think any of the phases has had it, a triple winner. We've had one over the 2, technically an end and a start, 2 wins, so technically. But I don't think we've had anyone with back-to-back-to-back so far. Knights almost did it. They had a back-to-back and a 4th and then a win. And there he goes. Team Liquid. They had to fight for it from DA, and it's paid off.
Yeah, now this puts the kind of hammer and screws down towards GamerLegion. If they go west, they're going to have to get past Na'Vi, who are probably watching this, but Na'Vi don't have that much freedom to peek out and make the plays, so they can find a route through that. Reciprocity, Barn's a tricky one to come into, because people like ENCE will definitely have vision on you trying to work the way around there, but ENCE, I guess, are preoccupied with the Knights, so there is potential for it, and 7 looking to get the execution, and CrowCrowd moving in on the north as well.
Wanted quickly spots the ENCE boy there down low, so picked off in the field. So miikaz, your head was so close to being found out there. Instantly replied though, Real's down. And now we're talking about GamerLegion trying to make the push on Na'Vi. They've just been caught out. So Na'Vi, all Reciprocity going for it on vehicles, straight into Barn. They're going to crash onto TSM in Barn. That's absolutely going to happen in a second as ENCE look to try and flush out that kill. Keep your eye on the kill feed. Michael has been caught out. Here comes the push. Iro gets 1, sees out the side there. I think he just spotted another as well around the side. Does indeed. Team Liquid stealing the kills away. Shiv, Scoom, all gone.
Beautiful work from Iro, though. He's about to get overwhelmed. His angle could no longer be saved. Not safe at all as Monkey just swings his way through Barn. As it looks like Reciprocity are being torn apart. Monkey still stands, and he might have just kind of swept through TSM. I think one more stands for them. Yeah, it's Rory trying to fight this out, and he had the box to play with. And you saw fire from afar. Yeah, it's Team Liquid from the hillside, just putting punishment to anyone in Barn.
Lots of stealing. Look at that. 10 kills and counting. Team Liquid. So it all started off so well. And that was... Well, Rory has been left alone in there. ENCE are about to come into Barn as well straight away after that because they disengaged with Pittsburgh Knights. They took them down to 1. GamerLegion also down to 2 as well as Page finds yet another. And 47 continued their kill streak. I say Rory's been left alone. See,
they're watching him.
They know exactly where he is.
Yeah, GamerLegion continuing their western flank. You know, traditionally you might have thought Na'Vi could have seen them, but no, it would be N47 on the other side. A little bit more freedom, a little bit more brazen on those peaks. This is a passive game for N47. I think they've just been, again, kind of been locked in by that Na'Vi duo, which kind of sucks for them because they love playing out on this map. This one, they'd maybe like to be challenging Team Liquid, for example, but they can't do that. They can't leave those houses without Na'Vi being the dagger in the back here.
FaZe somehow managed to get in this circle unscathed with just the two still standing, and now mxey has found Buster in the north as he looks towards getting involved in this one. mxey and ubah up, don't write them off just yet. Hasn't been the best of days for FaZe Clan though. Circle, well now N47 going to try and catch Na'Vi in the cross there. Looks like Doozy has just been brought down. Are they going to push it? Yes, they are. They're going across the road. They want to push on that one. We can see the map, don't worry, the same as you, but I can cast it from here, no problem. Now we're going to get to see the action as Bokamoladoy realizes he is getting surrounded and he's not going to be able to get the revive off. Tries to get the spray down. They finally deal with Na'Vi and clear out their compounds. Yeah,
a bit of freedom for N47. It might be time to turn attention towards the bigger picture for them. ENCE are sweeping through Barn. Rory is in a world of danger and a world of trouble. In the jungle, the Raptors are sweeping through the fields and Rustanmar claws him down.
That's a nade, got him.
Rustanmar?
He didn't know where it was because he didn't go off. He just tossed it. So Rustanmar's like, it's around here somewhere. I can't see it in the grass.
Oh, God.
And Jeeves is going to try and steal that kill. Look at this. He's looking for the angle of it. And this is the killing fields. Everyone keeps going to Barn.
I told you, Barn is where everyone dies. It's where if I go there, I'm like, oh, I just need a level 2 vest or a helmet. I die. It
feels so safe in here. You've got all these like little areas surrounding you and everything. But yeah, it's everything is looking to kill you in there.
It certainly is. Sanhok probably going to pull the attention of SAMTY or GEMTY eventually. Jeems being the warning signal for when N47 decide they want to take that hill. Also, obviously, keeping vision on ENCE. And I do wonder what the plan is here for Liquid. They're quite split apart.
So Jeems is basically holding the angle on Barn, and SAMTY and GEMTY, the brothers Grimm, continuing to sweep around and give as much. But they have backed away. Okay, they do see Sanhok. I was just wondering, as I say, they backed away and left a route for Sanhok to try and sneak in, but it's actually ENCE that catch him off guard. So SAMTY should be able to turn around and see him behind that tree. Should be an easy kill. He'll be able to get an open shot on him if he goes for the peak. And there we go. Jeems should be the one that gets it.
Barn claims another life. Let's see if ENCE can actually make it out of here. That's the next big thing. Applying the pressure as the blue comes in, it's perfect. It means that ENCE have very few options now. They have to make the moves.
Some 1,000 damage clubs applications coming out here from Team Liquid, I feel. Just hammering around with that QB, doing what they can. The circle has pulled away from them, though. So N47 are already moving on this.
Look at T-Bone's position.
Yeah, they're so focused on this fight that they are going to lose the positional placements from N47 behind.
Big shots coming out as well from ENCE. They know that too. They're pushing on this one, but SAMTY, they're coming back. They know they're in danger. They need to land these shots, slow them down. And GEMTY finds Rustanmar. Jeems on the cover. This is why Liquid are so good, being able to pull back into position now. But can they then handle N47, who are knocking at the door? Yeah,
so they've been making a lot of noise up here. So N47 are positioning themselves to deal with Team Liquid in the process of this. They need to start moving. mxey's got himself in a good little spot near the center of the circle.
Is he giving up to the blue?
GamerLegion got the 2 inside, and that's a knock on Page. M24 may cause problems now because Team Liquid are going to be turning back towards these. miikaz, the last man they're waiting for.
I think miikaz might accept fate here. I don't think he's going to get out of this one. Might get off a heal if he's lucky. No, doesn't happen. Down he goes. That's 6th place for ENCE. Barn claims another team's life. Liquid never stepped in there, so they didn't get the curse. I think like 3. I think it's TSM.
We had Raise Your Edge, TSM.
Oh yeah, Raise Your Edge, yeah. I think it was 4 potentially. Again, Liquid didn't go quite close enough, so they didn't suffer from the curse of Barn. N47 being quite passive now. I guess after that knock, they've been like, okay, we can't do this. Liquid, though, moving north, and that's in towards CrowCrowd territory.
Yeah, no, they previously scouted this. GEMTY SAMTY came up here, just have a quick look at see what's going on. Now they see CrowCrowd down below. And now they're going to start trying to execute them.
Yeah, high ground pays off so well here. It makes it so hard. CrowCrowd kind of need to hug the foot of this hill just to be able to avoid Liquid being able to see them.
N47 moved up behind them. They've swept up that hill. They realize they pulled away. Good scouting from N47 to keep track of Team Liquid. And then Team Liquid are going to be running back, and now they're going straight into them. Eyeball, though, doesn't manage to get his spray off.
Yeah, you got to look at the players in interesting positions like Gemty. You can catch him from a deeper angle, for example. And now the punishment comes in because Fex just landing one on Vazku. It's all gone wrong for NE47. They try to make the play. It's not a bad idea, but they're getting outdone. And now Page, though, holding the line.
Trying to do what he can to keep them at bay. I will caught out from behind. CrowCrowd coming in. Team Liquid getting absolutely sandwiched. N47 will be the ones that will benefit from it, but they're losing players now to GamerLegion. GamerLegion and FaZe Clan have the next circle. They've got 2 players in each. CrowCrowd's still trying to move in there. N47 are down to 1. T-Bone's the last man standing.
This could be a big game for GamerLegion now. They could try and get some points out of this one.
FaZe could win this. FaZe could legit win this from nothing.
I don't know.
Look at mxey, sat waiting.
Peekaboo, that is a dangerous game. mxey, so crisp, so clean, so clinical. And now we are down to 3. T-Bone in a world of trouble.
And ubah sees him. mxey's going to go up over the hill and have the angle on him. T-Bone will go down, doesn't matter. The blue is punishing, and suddenly we're down to GamerLegion versus FaZe Clan in a 2v2. FaZe Clan hold the circle. GamerLegion have to cross an open road. Well, how the hell did FaZe just pick this win up?
They just got the tag. They need to allow one player to cross. Fex needs to hold the angle on someone. And this is a hard shot to hit. I don't see it working. There it is. Shut down by FaZe.
And look at them. They're laughing because they're just like, how did we win that game, boys? How did we just win that game? They had no right at all. They were picked apart by G2. They remember the run they were making in the cars to get away from Team Liquid. And they're laughing rightfully so, because that was a game they just was basically given to them.
Yeah. Beyond that, for me, Liquid played it so well.
That's their 12th win, by the way. I think they're closing it. They had 13 wins in Phase 2. They're on 12 now. They could equal their record from Phase 2.
Unreal stuff from FaZe. You kind of expect it as individuals, but seeing them pull that off is always a lovely thing. I'm happy with Liquid's performance there, though. I'm happy to see GamerLegion in 2nd place. These are ticking some of the boxes that could really give us an interesting storyline in those final couple of days.
Big points. Team Liquid would have passed them for #1, but FaZe hold on for #1 spot. Let's go down to Parla.
FaZe, congratulations, guys. That was a very interesting performance because it didn't look like you guys were much of a factor for that match until the very end. mxey, you had an amazing play right there in the final minutes. What happened?
I mean, CC was running down to me and I just killed him.
Yeah, but dude, the tracking was awesome. I can hear the analyst laughing. The tracking was awesome. You had a good angle. How did you set it up?
ubah was staying in the compound and I was like already on the forest, so we can like cross, like go play the forest. But we got a couple circles, like keep going towards ubah, so he was just chilling at the house and I was waiting at the rock, and everyone was pretty much dying around us. And then I just killed the CC, and we pretty much knew it's 2v2 with the Zach guys alive.
ubah, how did you feel at the end of the match with all the action going around you and mxey?
I mean, I was in the house for like 10 minutes probably. I was so hyped when it actually, I can see people, and yeah, I was shooting them and I killed 2 guys actually from there. It's, I don't know, an amazing game. I love this map.
Fuzzface, talk to me about how a match like that plays out, where you guys are just trying to grind it out to get to those last couple of circles, and then it all works out.
I mean, it feels nice when we get points from those games where we, like both me and Aitzy died very early. We kind of sent it like far with the cars early on because it's a rough circle for us to begin with. But we made a rotation, and then me and Aitzy died, and then it's really nice that the teammates catch it up.
Yeah, final question with Aitzy then. Did you and Fuzzface continue communicating while mxey and ubah were clutching up? What was happening?
Yeah, when people die on a team, we usually keep track of the kill feed, so we usually know how many people are up on each and every team.
Awesome. Well, guys, a very crucial, well, not crucial, complex win is the word. Congratulations on grinding it out, getting to those final circles and making it go in your favor. FaZe Clan, ladies and gentlemen, take our 3rd chicken dinner on Sanhok.
That's right, FaZe get themselves yet another chicken dinner here on Sanhok, and overall, even in the interview, they seemed pretty bemused by the idea of the win just kind of coming towards them. ubah, in fact, very much so, very happy with that game. with Sanhok. Everything about it.
He was so hyped when he finally got to see some people.
He was hyped.
Well, to be fair, they were hiding on the, or not hiding, they were hanging out on the left-hand side or western side of the circle, and all the fights that were happening on these. We saw Liquid go down with 14 kills because they're a third party by CrowCrowd and N47. Really well timed by both CrowCrowd and N47 because they heard the fight.
On that circle, everybody knows where FaZe is going to be playing, and they don't want to go there, so they're just going to avoid that. That's why FaZe doesn't see too many people on that side. We're talking about these. It's up to the tendencies. You know where the teams are going to be playing from, where they're going to come in from. FaZe, great example for that.
All right, and here was the best example of this as well. And we were disputing this on the desk. I don't like Barn.
No.
Neither does Froz. Avenger does.
I think, no, I like Barn as in, I think that if you loot Barn and loot Camp Bravo, I think it's a good starting point. But if you have to get out of Barn, once it goes away, when the circle goes away and you have people that are sitting, like Liquid did, they have rocks as cover and high ground, like you can't do anything.
I'll tell you this, even if you get the circle to end in Barn and you're there from the start, you're not going to be able to do anything because everybody's going to have angles on you. If you're covered from one angle, that means you're going to be open to at least 5 more angles.
Everyone has high ground on you.
Yeah.
Everywhere's kind of open. You're stood behind pillars.
It's like a crater, like it's like crater, like in La Bandita. Like you can't really, you have to stay there. You can't really go out.
Yeah, but that's got proper build. Well, I was about to say proper buildings. The buildings did get crashed into by a plane, so they're not really proper buildings. But you know what I mean? They have
broken
walls.
buildings.
Let's take a look at the points. TSM, actually, uncharacteristically, a 0-point game coming in from them. 1 through 8, up towards the top here. Team Liquid with that 14 kills, so they get 17 points. FaZe, the circle comes to them, they get 5 kills, and they get 15 points under the belt. N47 continues their steady road on Sanhok.
Sanhok and N47, it goes hand in hand, you know.
Name them, right, Canic Duo.
But getting himself 13 points, I mean, we saw that they were chasing Na'Vi before this as well.
Yeah.
And they also got rid of Na'Vi. They were in the same compound. N47 wiped out Na'Vi. That means, hey, that competition is gone. Now let's focus on getting more points, which they did.
It was M47 and Team Liquid. And obviously M47 didn't quite put up the amount of damage that they would like to, but it's enough to get themselves the 8 kills. And likewise on the other side of Team Liquid, 14 kills for the 2K.
And James and SIMSY really pulled up heavy there. They both got more than 5 kills, and that was actually
6 each, I think it was.
I think they ended in 6 each, yeah. That's good to see. But they also had, like, as I said, these 2 massive rocks on a high ground advantage where they can just kill everybody. It was so well played by them.
I mean, you also saw the map control they had. They literally just split up 1-1-1. Shoot at everything that moves. We want to have the kills. We want to take control of this area.
You saw that slight panic in them, I suppose, when they realized CrowCrowd was pushing up on them towards the end. But you know, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. They wanted to make the push to cause kind of damage down towards the south, but then CrowCrowd rocking up really caused a lot of problems.
They still got 14 kills.
Yeah.
You can't say anything bad about it.
Oh, indeed. James, they're able to top with SIMSY and Page with the E instead of the 3, 3 instead of the E.
Are we going to see 1,000? Ooh, close though, guys. James with nearly 900 damage there. SIMSY as well, 800 nearly. Nice to see from these guys. Obviously, with the position that it had, it might. We're focusing so much on stats and everything, but the other guys, they're preparing for the next move. They're making sure. So even though they were like positioning themselves really well, it was too late to go in there. Also, how fast the circles are on Sanhok, taking into account, they were 100% going to get third party in there.
There was almost a direct correlation between damage and actual kills there, which is rare that we actually see that, but that's how that does go. And obviously, a big shout out to our sponsors, Samsung joining us along for the ride as well with the C27 RG5. Their monitor that they are providing all of these players 240 hertz. Fantastic monitor indeed. Gentlemen, Froz, you wanted to say something. You were motioning to say something as I cut in.
CrowCrowd is now 1 point behind of G2.
Ooh.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah, it is.
FaZe 3 points, correct?
FaZe 3 points, yeah.
Okay, I got you covered, don't worry.
So, G2, I mean, it's been some struggle for them lately.
They've had a hard time. N47 as well, close to catching down to the Na'Vi. It's 38 points, yeah, I know, but what the tendency we've seen so far, if they continue this path, they might be able to take over that spot.
12 more games to go, though.
Massive change in prize pools as well. This would be massive for these guys, considering it's their first time in PEL.
I mean, not just the prize pool, but also the pride of like getting here from contenders, they qualified in, and in the first run, get himself on the top 4 and beating a team like Na'Vi. That would be insane.
Isn't it 13 more games to go? 6-5-2? Yeah. Maths on air. Yes. Oh, hey, I'll take it.
We said we should stop with that.
Well, I mean, I had to correct briefly. We're going to Erangel next, gentlemen. Thoughts?
Excited to see if Navi's going to be able to step up. It usually is the last games of the day they start this. If they don't want to have N47 pull down on them, like this is the time for them to start pulling out.
Feels like it's been a while since the Navi win. I mean, they got one last week, I'm pretty sure, because Sam had to interview them, which she really enjoyed. So maybe we'll see some more Navi wins here.
Hopefully.
Look, let me put it this way. NIP currently 8 points today. TSM, they got 10 points.
Yeah.
That is not acceptable for these two teams. They are part of the, not both of them are Big Five, but TSM is. NIP is just outside that. But both of those teams, they can do so much better, and they need to do better. TSM have dropped down to a 3rd place right now.
All right, well, guys, it's time to go to a short break here before we go into the grassy pastures of Erangel. But before we do that, of course, make sure to use the hashtag AskPEL if you want your questions. And I don't know if we're answering them today, but we'll probably be answering them tomorrow in the next couple of days, so that's going to be great. And we shall see you then. So, break time, then Erangel. We'll see you soon.